looking like? Alright. Time to learn about karate. Yes. The most important part of the game, clearly. Magic isn't everything, after all.
At this point, you can kind of see where the next arc of the game is going.
Yeah. Well, a new character.
Hello.
Hello, Ningen.
You're
How's it
here just
going?
in time for the best Oni.
The best what?
Oni.
Ah. Laddu. He's a dude, alright. He's actually the Oni I remember the least, sadly. My apologies to this man. It's not like he's bad, he's just kind of unnoteworthy.
I mean,
Yeah.
compared to Jollibee and her grandfather,
Exactly. Rakugan's a
Competition is
king,
fierce.
Jalebi's a king, Laddu exists. I do like how he's just permanently flexing as his touch here. Oh, I see you've seen the part where Farbreaden
Yeah.
predictably decided to forge Kanata's signature for something else,
Yeah.
or like use it for something that is not the point.
If she just sat back and let Moose die, we could have avoided the entire plot.
But also, then she wouldn't be a good person, so it's important that the plot happened. Look, you want her to be like Farbreaden? No, we don't want these things in our lives. We want her to be actually cool and not an asshole.
One Farbreaden is enough.
I still can't believe Quaff loves this man. Actually, I can't, it's Quaff, but you know.
Is he like unironically?
I don't know, he seems to be an ironic Farbreaden fan. I'm not.
It's hard to tell with Quaff sometimes.
This is true.
He is one of the highest rated characters on the poll.
Huh.
I mean, I can see what brings people over to him at the point I'm at now, but I still don't really like him that much. He's simply not based enough.
He's currently in 6th place.
Wow.
Behind 3 of his children.
Yeah. Anybody who ranks his kids like this is already kind of a loser. I'm sure we can all agree on this.
You can see what he was going for with it, but he does take it too far.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about him as if he's a real person.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure you have Seigi.
He wants to be the hero. Of course he must have Seigi on his side.
He wishes he was Rance.
He does wish he was Rance. He is the ultimate wannabe.
Oh man, it's a bunch of NPCs.
Yeah.
It means it's time to game.
glad we get to play on the side of justice.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's time to learn about karate back at the Oni
Back
village.
at the village, Oni, where everybody wants to learn the secrets of how Jalebi is stronger than mages.
She paid him 100 gold to learn about karate, I see.
Look, they're all like Jalebi. They're looking for any way to make money. I forgive them for this. It's like, you know when you go to a third world country and they're just like, they see an American tourist and like, I can like fleece this guy for as much as he's worth because he's rich and it doesn't matter to him. It's like that. I respect the grift. Please understand.
I'm glad TS wrote a lecture about karate. Just in case anyone
Makes perfect sense, you know?
It's important to. It's an important part of the lore. How to punch people is an important part of the lore.
Yes.
This is also true.
Yeah, historically, spears were like the most fearsome
Yes.
form of melee weapon.
They were the most powerful for sure.
But no match for bows.
It's okay, bows are shameful, as the nobles have explained.
Oh man, I love using NPCs.
Yeah, this. Some of them have the legendary rope item, which is very useful.
That rope item is indeed one of the most useful things I've ever seen.
I guess I gotta get someone
Yeah,
over
it's,
here to the treasure chest.
In a normal SRPG, they would be pretty expensive and like hard to use, but here anyone can use them and they cost 200 gold.
Yeah.
I mean, they only have 3 uses, but still pretty cheap.
She does not have a name yet.
But as you
She
know,
will
because she has
eventually,
a sprite, she
yeah.
must.
TS hadn't decided on it yet. I guess this, since you just have those 2 guys, it would be
Yeah.
a good opportunity to give one of them the wing boot.
True.
Not that it's a boot.
Let's see, who has it at the moment? Yeah, she does. I guess I'll give it to Belong.
Just so he can do anything at all.
Yeah.
You can also give Bolong the ring from Shuna.
Yeah, because
One,
Shuna's not
two.
available at the moment. You can put it back on Shuna when you actually control her.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
It's like,
There she is.
Oh, yeah, and Cashew can actually... He's one of the only characters who can use that shield that Kuon has. Never really explained or touched on why only 5 people in the world
I
can
think
use
Tulum can
the
use it
shield.
too, right? Like, for whatever reason?
Not Tulum, it's a Claire.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Claire and Croc.
Wonder if TS planned to make the shield something important and just didn't. Alright, he might have just like introduced it as a potential MacGuffin and never ended up using it.
I mean, one of the people who can use it is not even a mage.
Just gotta hold out for 12 turns.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get every single enemy within 12 turns since... Well, but if you open it with an NPC, you don't get the experience from it.
Oh no.
Also, sometimes NPCs will not be able to keep the item, so it's best not to try get in the habit of opening chests
Okay.
with NPCs.
Yeah.
Like, that's
I
an
don't know
actual
exactly
issue.
how that works. Oh yeah, since that's a potion, it'd
Yes.
be stuck in their inventory.
It'll be stuck in their inventory, you'll never be able to get it. It's kind of like just wasted.
Okay.
So, would not recommend personally, but...
Yeah, let's go ahead and reload.
No, you probably don't have the equipment. Oh, you did. You did save it.
Okay,
And there's one other chest in the bottom left.
yeah. Seems like it might be something good. And the horse dudes have one usage of this.
Yeah, it's not very strong, but it is what it is.
Well, we have plenty of cannon fodder literally. So
That's one way to do it.
just to send them all out there.
Yeah, when you're trying to survive for 12 turns, the optimal play is to charge directly forward as fast as you can.
In fairness,
I mean, you can
I
win
totally
by...
did do that. Yeah, you can beat
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
This is a gamer challenge that you can win, so you know I respect it. 100%. Bring them all down.
You do need to use the ropes a bit to kill everything, but
Oh, it's an AoE, I see.
the plot makes a big deal of these horse guys with their AoE, but it doesn't actually do damage to people who aren't, like, this
Yeah.
weak.
It only hurts other normal soldiers effectively.
Mhm.
Not really an issue.
Luckily, they have a bunch of healing items.
Let's use this.
Good idea.
This will take out the archers since they can't counterattack. Imagine if Mahosho had you like do maps where you're playing as the cops fighting aliens.
I mean, Hardium does actually have some of those maps, and I think like the Hardium inspiration is what made TS decide to do this occasionally.
Yeah.
It's a respectable question mark.
I mean, there's a similar power level gap between random cops and Mahosho monsters as there are between
Yeah.
random civilians and the final boss of this.
Basically, you know, magic users and normies. Despite what everybody wants you to believe, magic is everything. Unless you're a ninja.
Well, Cashew hanging out at the back.
They'll catch up eventually.
The way the AI uses AoEs is funny.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's in this game. It's always just looking for what attack it has available that will do the most damage.
And because AoEs will hit multiple people, it'll always do the most quote-unquote damage,
Yeah.
even
Well,
though
not
it's really
always,
almost
but
always.
usually.
Yeah. There are some interesting fringe situations in which that's not the case, but in general.
Poor Moose.
He's just trying to do his best.
It'd be funny if the NPCs took full damage on their turn.
We deserve it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how the half damage thing applies even to them. Even though they are, in all other ways, extremely weak. They still have the classic TS player phase protection.
I feel like there is some sort of diegetic explanation for that in Maho Show.
There was.
Yeah.
There's actually an explanation for Kuon and Kanata as well. It's just basically like, when you are the one aggressing, like your magic sort of forms a barrier around you and protects you a little bit more.
I see. That explains why these random NPCs also have it.
Yes.
Yeah, that explains why Bitter has it.
Let's see.
Very silly name.
Yes, it's. Does this just have infinite uses?
Yes. It's
Oh,
got
Yeah,
uses. There's no cooldown either.
Yeah,
This
it just
he
ends your
has a
turn
cleanse.
if you use it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you'd probably rather use another thing. And it doesn't give you experience either.
I see.
It is an important
Oh,
ability, though
it doesn't
occasionally you get
heal
fucked
him.
over by status effects.
No, it heals status effects.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just status
effects.
healer.
Oh, okay. Perhaps I should have paid more attention. Oh well. Probably better to use an item with this guy. The great AI deciding to attack the one enemy that can counterattack it.
It's because they can do the most
Simply
damage to that one enemy, and you know, that
it
matters
simply
more than
looks
your
at
life.
what has the biggest damage number.
Yeah. Nice crit from 3%.
He does have a heal, yeah.
much MP. Can he do it with his base attack? 75.
Well, the first time you use MP, you basically get a discount since it'll start regenning
Yeah.
once you use
The
MP.
first spell is actually 2 less effectively because
I see.
it is
Yeah.
turning the region online. It's like
Yeah, and it's not like he's going to be using any MP on the opponent's phase because he is the highest defense thing here, so... The Knight guy is actually decently powerful,
yeah,
relatively.
because he's a mage.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have Moogie stream to keep me healed through this trying time of attempting hard torment. I'm sure my body could take this otherwise.
Alright, I guess I'll just have him kill this guy.
Stalin,
Yeah?
are you writing bill of anything?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I just wanted.
Sorry, my mom was asking about something. Alright. I guess I can have this guy tap. Not much else I can do. Well, rip this guy.
Someday Bolong will be able to come over there and do something.
Discovering some truly horrible things.
What are you discovering?
So, if Kayoko gets too good RNG, then you can't get the tower cancel because she'll stun the boss too early. So HOD only requires Kayoko to get good RNG at the right time. She has to also fail to get successful hits sometimes. So, yeah. Enjoy life.
There's a similar problem on Wakamo Phase 1.
Or if she gets too many procs, it just fucks over your timing.
Yeah.
Enjoy life? Is that a Subahebe reference?
Yes. Skaji wanted us to play Blue Archive Torment raids 24/7.
This is in fact true.
So she has to proc the first 2 times, but failed to proc after that. I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh man, this guy got 1 HP. Nice level.
Use it wisely.
As much as he needs. If you think about it, really.
That guy's weak to his 4 MP thing, I think.
Okay. Hopefully, Cashew will be able to finish him off then.
Be able to. Yeah,
Exactly, in fact.
easy.
Hello, Sakai.
Hello, Sky.
Well, he got a level from opening this chest, so...
That's a pretty sad level, though.
I mean, it's not like it's random, so...
Yeah.
It's just being a Jagan. Jagan in a game with like 100 maps.
Is there really 100 maps? I mean, I
Yeah,
guess...
it's like that.
I guess
Something close to that,
Yami had more than 100 maps.
Yeah.
Remember,
it's-
each chapter has like multiple parts.
Yeah.
So 30 chapters is actually, if you think like, it's more like an average of like 3 actual maps per chapter, but there's definitely like, you know, the RPG sections, like maps he uses just for like presentation purposes and stuff, so.
Yeah, the actual like internal number of maps in the game is probably more than 100, but some of those are just for cutscenes.
Yeah. The amount of maps you actually play significantly, like if we don't count stuff like the level for chapter 1 thing where like Kuon hits Cashew once, it's probably closer to like 70 or 80, which is still, you know, significant.
I mean, that's more than almost any Fire Emblem.
Absolutely. It's more than any Fire Emblem, not almost.
I mean, like, Fates would have more than 80 if you counted all 3 campaigns.
No, because there's a bunch of
No,
shared.
it
Oh, really?
probably actually does not.
Yeah.
Amazing.
My apologies to Fates fans, it's not actually that big.
Well, I guess Fire Emblem just eats shit then. Alright.
Yeah.
One day, Bolong will get to assist in the battle. He's probably not today. I think I should probably start pulling back.
Hey, Kayoko, please don't do too good of a job this time. I beg thee.
Use Cashew's super move on him. Super as in his, what, 3rd strongest move?
It's the most super you have at the moment.
Then again, if you do count all of the paralogs in Fates, that's a lot of maps.
Mm-hmm.
109.
Yeah, I guess if you count generic those types of maps, yeah.
I was going to like count the maps of maps that Fates has, but then I forgot that to count them you need to remember the games very well because some of the maps get reused
Yeah.
as like new maps, and it's you cannot just look at a map list.
Mm-hmm.
How many maps are in Fire Emblem Heroes?
Oh god. Do those count as a
Okay.
map?
I don't know. I actually don't know how that game works at all.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, I know how that game works, I just don't know if I'd count like the things in them as like SRPG maps.
Yeah, I was so like disappointed when I looked at that game and it wasn't even a proper SRPG.
Mm-hmm. So they should have committed to hardcore SRPG gaming the way Arknights commits to hardcore tower defense.
Arknights is so hardcore.
It is pretty hardcore.
Alright, Night Dude is gone.
Yes.
But I think outside of Fates that probably has the largest map count. The second one is Fire Emblem Engage with 53 maps. Maybe Tree Houses, I don't know anything about Tree Houses.
No, Three Houses is not quite at that level. For better or worse.
For Fire Emblem, like Engage is fairly long.
Mhm.
If you do all the maps, if you just do the main story, it's
Mhm.
normal Fire Emblem.
Let's put this guy on a stump. It's well known.
Well, aside from Sacred Stones that actually has like 20 maps.
It's well known that sitting on a stump enhances your attack power.
Yes.
Great attack power?
No, it's defense power.
Defense
Yeah, okay,
powers. Whatever. Same thing, really.
Attack and defense are two sides of the same coin if you think about it.
The best offense is a good stump to stand on.
Exactly. Cashew should be able to finish this guy off with his normal attack. Well, Bolong
You could
can
actually
still...
attack that guy. He has 5 range with his big attack.
Oh,
The power of Inferno, yeah.
you can one-shot him, in fact. Sure. why
His
not?
big attack is pretty strong for like the early game. It becomes pretty shit afterwards.
This
but
is
Power
fairly
big.
decent even later on, it's just not great anymore, but it's...
it's like the
pretty good.
damage isn't bad, but it's so mana inefficient. I guess it doesn't matter because Bolong's mana doesn't matter, but
I mean, true.
like 12 mana is how much Parkin's best move costs, and it is way better.
Yeah, he's spending. I mean, he has a 14 mana attack too, which is barely stronger.
Yeah,
It's a decent
it's
bit stronger
different
than
elements.
SS range.
yeah, it's just more elemental coverage really more than anything else.
Yeah, but it costs as much as some of the strongest attacks in the game almost.
Yeah, it's pretty funny and sad, but what can you do?
Pretty good.
Honestly, it's
for-
all like, in my opinion, calling none of Fire Emblem characters or like units Chagens is kind of out there because none of them are like they don't have the same spirit of like actually being able to completely destroy the early game with zero effort. That's like Fire Emblem Chagen,
Yeah,
except the actual Chagen sucks ass.
yes.
Alright, I think I'm gonna have Bolong and Cashew run away.
Your plan to kill everybody did not work as well as expected, and that's okay.
I mean, it's just another 4 turns. What's
I
the
see.
lose condition actually?
I think either Cashew dies, or
Both of them die.
Oh,
both of them.
you
die.
could have one of them just go in there and do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Cashew's even gonna get attacked.
True.
And even if he did, he'd be fine.
Yeah, the real strat is just having all of them attack Cashew so he can counter. I
Yeah.
don't remember what I did here at all. But I did kill everyone.
Yeah, with the shield, Cashew could probably solo all the weak enemies.
But at least we're getting levels for the NPCs.
Oh, I realize what my problem is. Okay. We built too much. Now first phase.
This random girl is so weak.
Yeah. Aish.
Whoa, don't say her name, that's a spoiler.
Ah, yes, it matters so very much, doesn't it?
She's a very important character.
You can tell since he has one of those awkward sprites that looks slightly off.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, not off, but it's like low effort.
The point is, he does get a sprite. Taffy is also a low-effort sprite, but she is a sprite. Plus, she gets used for the funny joke.
So I think like Bitter has the lowest effort since it's that one dude from Hearthium changed a bit.
Literally true.
I don't even remember the Hearthium dude's name. Fuck.
I don't remember. Eddie, that was it.
Eddie, the one with glasses.
Yeah, good old Eddie. And by good old, I mean completely worthless Eddie.
I mean, he was kinda okay. He was one of very mid units. But he was kinda funny in story just because he was the mid king.
We were more mid-kings that like at least had story presence. Eddie had none of that.
Oh wow.
The hard part about actually killing all the enemies on that map is just that horse guy at the bottom who doesn't move.
Yeah, like I killed everybody else. I was unable to kill the horse dude.
Uh,
I was able to get Ludo and the rest, but
You would need to like use ropes to catapult Cashew down there.
but you also have to do it while like I killed Ludo on the last turn. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
it's quite This is actually the problem with clearing Adrena Sankey's final map in exactly 15 turns as well.
oh yeah.
Because one of the healer magical lords just stands there.
Yeah, it's
Forever?
so stupid that enemy, like if you play normal and don't kill everyone, it will never reach a position where it's gonna attack anyone or do anything.
Yeah,
Like, why is it there?
it's so weird.
I
that it is
did
there.
actually like have to fully restart the map once because of that at the
I was
very
like,
end.
yes, I was like, I need to kill this fucker. Oh, he doesn't want to move.
I just assumed that it's going to come to me.
Mhm.
And I was kind of tight on like trying to do the actual things, so
Mhm.
Well, Kanata's never blamed herself for anything before.
Yeah. She can, of course, do no wrong. When she teleported everyone, it was a good thing. Literally, because they would have died otherwise.
True. I also trust griffins more than human beings.
Mm-hmm. Animals will never betray mankind.
I mean, I don't think they really have a concept of betraying mankind.
Yeah, that's true.
They would just eat us if we all died.
Yes. If we feed them, they'll help us, and if we don't, they won't. It's very fair, honestly.
I like how we used the word kako taru and didn't put ruby for it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's not that hard to guess the reading of it, but it's a pretty uncommon word.
I think there's more uncommon stuff. He's just that he didn't put any ruby for either, so.
She's one of his children, apparently.
Mm-hmm. She is the coolest of them.
I feel like I've seen this background in a previous game.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I think it's in Hardium.
Yeah. I feel like most of the backgrounds are relatively like familiar.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just.
No, I mean, there's a bunch of them that are in other games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're all generic assets.
Yeah.
Except for the, like, 3 AI ones or whatever.
I'm
You can
curious.
tell they're AI because they have like super fucked up perspective.
I remember Lost or someone posting one of them.
Might have been the background with the Dutch angle that I posted.
Yeah, I think
But
that
like
was it.
feels extremely weird.
Well, I'm not. I mean, it might not be that one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
I guess if we can't tell what they are, it means AI has won.
Strictly true.
I would not be able to tell time by the position of the moon.
It's because you're not a
I'm not a
proper
noble.
member.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a
You're
member of
not
some
a
ancient
noble.
sect.
Nope. Rip these random soldiers.
They're trying.
Jesus.
They just can't succeed. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome, honestly.
Game is kind of rough for the randoms.
They're doing their
Yeah.
best, but it's hard.
A ship is not a very safe place against strong characters in this setting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ships are basically traps. Even for people who are really strong, like if you're on the ship and the ship sinks, you're kind of fucked. So
Unless you're cool enough.
I mean, unless you're a ninja and you can run on water.
yeah, but only Jalebi has that power. No one else is strong.
Kanata could just teleport, but a few characters could probably freeze the water and walk along it that way. And of course, there's the characters who can fly.
The gaslighting.
Indeed, it begins as it must.
move so fast in this game.
Yeah, the movement animation is just a blur.
Yeah.
It's simply realistic to how fast mages can move. Jalebi should have a double blur because she's a ninja.
I mean,
Really?
it made sense in Mahosho since they were
Yeah.
moving at like,
The speed of almost light or something.
Not light, but like
Yeah,
5 times
yeah.
the speed of sound or something.
Yeah.
It was something big.
You know, like all the maps in Mahosho actually take like 10 seconds to play out in real time or something.
Yeah. Which was a kind of cool little factoid of life.
Factoid of life, yes. when Maho Shoujo fight kaiju, it takes 10 seconds. It's worth remembering for your daily life.
Yes. There's nothing more important in life than knowing what happens with kaiju.
That his map is actual nonsense.
Oh no, it's stealth.
Enjoy your stealth section, sir.
Yeah, you're gonna want to save here because it is impossible to tell what would cross you.
Well, yeah, you have no clue how these things are going to move. If you think you do, you're just wrong.
Okay. I see that Moose still is just Heishicho in the name tag.
True.
Alright, so. Guess I'll just warp over here.
I'm glad TS only did this once and never again because he realized like this wasn't such a good idea after all.
What?
Yep.
Why does that
It is.
count?
Yeah.
It is. It
Makes
is
no
just
sense.
arbitrary regions of the map that will cause you to lose.
Nice.
Don't try and guess because you have no idea.
Alright, so I'll just save after every turn then.
Correct.
A true Kanata fan would use 10k turns here to farm EXP.
Farm experience.
Oh wait, you don't get any from using warp, I forgot.
You
You
don't,
just
yeah.
get from progressing.
You do from using her like active warp. You could use that instead on herself.
Can you?
Yeah. All the allied moving skills in this game can also target yourself. In case you ever want to move Jalebi one extra square.
Alright, maybe going in here will... Okay. God, the game came full screened. TS talked about needing Kusoge, but he made one.
He sure did. He sure fucking did.
Belt sections and SRPGs have a very sad history.
Strictly true.
Fire Emblem keeps adding them, but they are always like awful.
Okay, well that wasn't too bad. Meanwhile,
Indeed. Where the people are still getting to have fun.
Everyone gets to have fun when she's around.
Mm-hmm.
Actually mentioning using Texas for military expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Be right
Alright.
back.
Sounds good.
Damn, June has once again reread all of Mahoyo.
He has simply nothing else to do in his life.
Who?
June,
June.
Oh, yeah.
welcome back. We're discussing how he has no VNs to read, so he's once again read through all of Mahoyo. There's simply nothing else in his life worth reading.
I really want to know like how many times he has read each Nasu work. Well, he has also read like Subahibi and Sakuta a few times too, so
I
I don't
guess
think
that's
he's quite
just.
as big a fan of those.
I
but
guess
yeah.
that's just what he does. Reread things.
Yeah.
All
June
right.
to reread it.
That's what he does when he runs out of things on YouTube.
Harsh.
Alright, time to swap some equipment around. So we
Indeed,
can do
just gonna
that
wing back.
across space.
And all thanks to Kuon and Kanata, letting me move things across space-time.
I'm sure that's exactly what.
Makes perfect sense, please.
I guess I can put the wings on her.
for the most part I was just too lazy to move a lot of the items. I moved like a few items here and there, but yeah.
Yeah, I was at the same boat. I was like, you know, this is gonna be your item now, forever.
Yeah.
It works well with some people.
There are also decent amount of items, so later on.
Yeah.
And we'll see how much I continue to care about it.
If you just open up every chest in the game, you get pretty much enough items for everyone.
Sorry, my mouse is on screen.
You should be sorry.
I know. Win condition, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
It's actually possible to kill Halva here, but I don't think TS expected you to because, like, nothing happens when you do.
You definitely can't get to Far Breton because it's just not enough time.
Yeah, especially considering he has that much health.
And if you do want to do Hova, like, you have to miss out on some stuff because you have to, like, basically sack a bunch of people to get there in time. It's kind of weird.
Well, there don't seem to be any treasure chests, so I guess I will not loot the burning buildings. You should be grateful to me for my magnanimous.
Your magnanimosity.
Yeah, I always forget the noun form of that.
Understandable. It's a pretty not frequently used word, but I read it a lot.
Your magnanimopus.
Yes.
Your Magnum Lord.
Was that some game?
Yes.
Yes,
It's a game Steiner worked on.
That is in fact why I know it.
This is one of the unfortunate maps where you have to control all of these guys manually. They're so useless.
They're actually useful for, like, getting people low again so that the people who matter can get kills.
I hate to say it, but, like,
healing.
if the only thing I know about a game is that someone I know worked on the translation, I assume the game is bad.
Fair. I don't blame you for that.
These griffins seem quite strong. There's quite a lot of them as well. TS really wanted to deconstruct the trope of shooting flyers with arrows on this map.
Yeah.
Well, all I have to do is keep shooting all
I'm pretty
lives.
sure he has, like, a proper, like, physics reason for why that wouldn't make sense. Maybe he's even tweeted about it. Has he?
I don't think
Is
so.
something that's happened last?
You should ask him.
It's not that I have a problem talking to TS, it's that I have a problem opening Twitter.
I mean, you're gonna have to
True.
you have to get over that one day. We
I
all
don't
have to grow
actually.
up and use Twitter one day.
No, we definitely
No, I
don't.
think Beacon's just going for the strat of waiting for Twitter to die first.
And then, you know, everybody else will move somewhere else, and I'll be like, hell yeah, I can listen to people say their cool shit somewhere else. It was literally Moogie protecting his Twitter, and I'm like, I kind of want to read Moogie's tweet threads that made me make a new Twitter, so... This is the level we are
I
at.
know a couple of people who use Blue Sky, but the main thing stopping me from using it is finding and refollowing everybody I already follow on Twitter.
Yeah, someone tried to make an alternative that solved that problem, but I don't think it caught on.
I'm not super impressed or convinced by the Twitter likes.
Yeah. Blue Sky seems the best because it pretty much just copied the Twitter interface, so it's like easy to use. But
Yeah.
again, the problem is moving to a new service.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like there being so many people on different Twitter copies now is like really annoying.
Maybe maybe she can finally do something. Alright, let's see if we can take this, get this guy weak enough that she can actually kill it. Probably not, actually. What is the range on this? 1.
Opera's a weird unit. I like her a lot, and it's not like she's weak, but like she's so fragile for somebody who has to run up in melee range all of the goddamn time.
And she sacrifices even more defense if you want to use her movement boost that also boosts her attack, which you definitely
Yes.
do.
It's kind of like, well, with Baklava, you don't have to go into assassin mode. And you basically want to only go into assassin mode when you're killing somebody that's not near any other enemies, otherwise you're just gonna die.
Well, unless it's one of the few maps where you get to use him and Shiro together,
True, then I get to just bring him back after he's dead.
then you get to unleash true degeneracy.
Yeah.
The revive ability is still so sus. I have not used it.
I literally let people die occasionally. I'm like, oh, this gives so much experience, and I want to give Shiro a kill right now. What can I do? Oh, I can have Shiro revive somebody.
I mean, like, if you revive someone, in what state do they revive in? Is
Full
it?
health, but same mana and same, If
Okay.
This is the dumbest shit. If they were like status affected, like if they got hit by a burn or something, that burn stays.
That's how Lily's worked in Mahou.
Yeah. I think it's just how SRPG Studio
Yeah.
like treats the rub. I think it's just really
It's
funny.
funny.
Like, I brought you back from the dead. Oh, but your poison's still here.
I just mean, like, are they?
They revive
If you like get countered to death,
yeah.
and you get revived, are you still like in wait or can you
Still-
move again?
I
yeah,
believe
you're
you
still
can
good.
move
You're
again.
good. No, it's only, if you haven't moved, then you get to move. But if you did move and you got countered to death, you can't move again.
Okay.
It'll maintain your like turn move state.
Okay, I think in Mahou you might have just gotten to like move again.
I
don't
believe
know.
that was the case in Mahou Show, but I know because I have already done this once with Shiro in this game that
Yeah.
doesn't quite work that way here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember you could like do really niche
You
strats on
would
some
extremely
maps and
degenerate shit, yes, by
Yeah.
letting somebody do something crazy, dying, and then coming back.
yeah.
That's the
I call that one
Shadow
the
Dragon
Kami-Dori
LTC
special.
strat.
The first beheading.
The Kamidori post-game special.
God, Kamidori post game is some real degenerate shit.
It really is.
You can do some really stupid stuff with that one. But it is fun.
Usually games are kinda sad.
I've liked a few usually games at least.
Yeah, I don't think, like, they're
They're
terrible.
only usually bad.
I hate you, Ross.
Bro,
Never speak again.
I thought Yakuza Megami Zero was pretty good. It has like decent dungeons, which you don't really see in RPGs or any genre for that matter. The rest of their games, I would not like say are very good as like mechanical experiences. Let's say.
the weird thing is, like, bunch of useless games have like pretty decent basics, and
Yeah.
then like the balancing and like
It's
fine
pretty stupid.
details are shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that card game they made. I know there's ways you can just like win instantly every.
The Veritas one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Goku no Arterial, you
yeah.
cannot like first turn win in that game all that much, but you can basically like 2-3 turn
Yeah.
win kinda. Yeah.
I just remember like turning into me doing the same thing every single battle.
It's not as bad as that Astronaut Sirius card game where you can do setup where the enemy will never get a turn in the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say I don't really trust like random Euro game brands to make playable games.
Understandable.
Alright, this guy is gonna Take one for the team. It's not his fault, it's Opera's fault for having one range moves.
And that's okay. He should gladly die for Opera.
And now we can exactly kill him. See, this is the
This is
sort
all part
of
of the
planning
plan.
you need to play Re-Phaser.
Not strictly wrong.
I mean, in Re-Phaser you would lose the map upon sacrificing your...
Yeah. But the planning for damage you do need to do, kind of.
I feel like this map would be better if you just had the AI control all the BCs. I mean, it's not like you're gonna win.
Totally.
Yeah, later in the later maps you don't have to control the NPC armies anymore.
Good.
They just become green, and then I get to kill them instead.
Minion's always so violent.
Please understand, if TS didn't want me to kill people that were my friends, he wouldn't make it worth the XP. You can turn that off in SRPG Studio. It's off in an RO Fantasy, in fact.
Oh man, you could break Noro Fantasy really easily if that was
You
on.
can break RO Fantasy super hard regardless, because it's
Yeah,
like meant to be.
I
But
mean,
yeah, I think if you wanted not that particular form of
I mean, you could do it on like the first loop if.
Oh
it were
yeah,
turned
you
on.
could basically skip a bunch of loops if you wanted to, which would be kind of going against the spirit of that game.
Yeah.
Okay. I have decided I'm going to play more Kuon no Kanata myself because malding over Torment is giving me AIDS. If it would be easier if I literally was like, okay, Kayoko has to get the first 2 shots, but she can't get the third. So, like, yeah, it has to match her, 62% success rate roughly, except the order has to be extremely specific and I'm going to kill myself. His secret plot. See, it's hard to take this guy as, like, a person you can call cool when he says this shit.
I mean, even if like his thought process seems to be pretty logical, but
Right.
I
it's
feel like you need
quote-unquote
more than
rational.
logic. I think you need more than logic to be charismatic and likable.
Well, I mean, he's charismatic, too, to the people he wants to be. It just... it's like, Light from Death Note's charismatic, kind of.
True.
Doesn't make him a
But,
good person.
I mean, he ended up dying in a pool of his own blood
Yeah.
at the Olympics.
Yes, learning how to swim.
But got it in the potato chip.
And I think I'll have Shuna just kind of chill. Oh yeah, he said he was gonna make an update that adds the MP number to this screen. which
Yeah,
He
shows
already
he's-
did.
Oh, is it already up? I should download that then. Okay. Yeah, getting some levels for Opera means this map is not a total wash.
I think Opera is still one of my lowest leveled characters.
Really?
Mine is on the
Mine's
higher
really
end
high, yeah.
because she has such low defense that she ends up counterattacking things and
Yeah.
killing them.
I got mine decently high just because it seemed like a good idea at the time. It still seems like a good idea. I think it's worth it.
I haven't been super impressed, but the thing is, in these games, it's actually like hard to evaluate characters properly unless they have some real sticking out point.
Well,
Because-
also, she has an unknown ability, so...
There are so many characters that have those.
Yeah, but hers is good.
Oh no, I miss getting the 3 experience on Shuna.
It's so fucking over, dude.
My run is
Restart.
basically
You're bricked.
Restart from map 1.
You're bricked. It's over. Why even live, dude?
That item is so bad, it requires 5 MP.
Yeah, Ningen told me to sell them. I'll probably do that when I have
Yes.
these guys join it with the main team.
I have not sold them, but I have also
They
not
will-
used them.
They're worth a lot of money, so they're worth selling.
How much?
Yeah.
5k.
2,000.
Oh, it's
I thought it was 2,000.
It was 5k. Either way, they're valuable. And as we all know, the most useful.
Oh, so much money, it doesn't matter. I'm looking ways to spend it.
Yeah. In the post game, I did end up maxing out Bitter's ultimate attack.
Nice, nice.
Does that allow him to one-shot slimes?
No.
Didn't even. He's tried so hard. Did not get very far. In the end, it definitely didn't matter.
It's rough.
Life is hard when you're bitter.
I don't know, he will probably become rich.
He'll be rich, but he won't be useful.
Just like rich people in real life.
Yes, exactly.
This game truly is realistic.
Why is Shuna hiding?
I mean, you have to keep her alive.
But she could kill so many things.
EXP? Yeah, I know, it's fine.
If the enemy is dead, they cannot hurt her.
It's the Mugi way to play. I respect it.
Oh, you actually get a unique item if you kill Farbreton. I
Oh,
tested it
okay.
out in post game.
Oh, really?
Oh. But I don't think there's any way to do it in the normal run. Like,
Yeah.
in your first time run, for sure. What do you get for it?
Dragon Knight's boots. I will see what those do in a second.
Do tell. I'm kind of curious now.
You can definitely do it in normal run.
What, kill Farbreton?
Yeah?
Did you do it?
No, but it would require some degenerate things like we need to remember that
do?
it is possible to, at least should be possible to max out Shuna's level by this point if you really
okay.
want to.
Yes, okay. I suppose if I did the same thing I did to get through the fucking Mary map, yes, you could kill Farbreton here.
Yeah, or even without like resetting, there are maps that don't have turn limits that have Shuna in them, so you could just pass like 10k turns using like the defense ability, getting like 5 EXP each turn.
It gives +2 move, +4 to both defenses, and +10 HP.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Not exactly good enough to spend hours grinding.
Definitely not. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking, without reset scumminess, you can't kill Farbreton in the first run. It's... You just don't have enough turns. Like, you could do it if he stuck around for a bit longer.
I'm surprised TS even put something there.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to say, like... The thing is, when it comes to TS early hard enemy challenges, just by like power leveling some unit and getting like their better skills at that point does a lot.
A lot. Because of the multipliers just spiraling.
Yeah,
out.
like Suna surfing would probably do a lot of damage,
Base
and
Yami surfing.
at
The
Saha's
the
final
problem
skill,
here, though,
not
is
final, but
like you can't move very fast. You would have to be moving the maximum distance every turn with Opera with a movement item equipped, and then you would need to also be able to one-shot him.
Yeah.
do you
We
really
can-
need to be that fast?
You have to be really
Oh,
fast. He
uh,
goes quick.
Probably not one-shot him. It's probably
Like
possible to
two-shot
get
him?
2 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, since he would counterattack you on his turn, I think. Also, those special boots are not equipable by bidder.
Unfortunate that Bitter can't do even this one thing right.
Put on a pair of shoes, right?
I love how messy this situation has become.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This was the crazy shit TS wanted, and he did get it.
This is what TS had given up in depicting in Arumani 2.
Really now?
Was this actually what he was going for in Arabani too? Like,
I mean,
Memes
it's
of-
it's sort of like a similar setup with all the different factions in it, but then it ends before like
Anything happens?
doing anything. Yeah. Like it ends at about this point in story development.
I see.
Well,
in other
after he
words,
shows
got
off,
almost nowhere.
after he drops the lore bomb of true elf ancestors.
I'm glad he dropped that lore bomb question mark.
At least they believe her that she was being used.
I mean, I would believe Kanata as well. She's
I mean, yeah, I mean,
simply trying her best.
Oh, it also says the new patch buffs certain items.
That's good. What items in specific? Did you mention or not really?
I don't think he mentioned.
Classic patch notes, I guess.
And I'm starting to think that my internet troubles tonight have just been me getting Comcasted.
Unfortunate.
Seems
But I guess
to be
that's better
stabilizing.
than
I mean, it's
your
better than
router
the
getting fucked.
alternatives.
Yeah.
I get Comcasted so rarely that it's not actually what I suspect when weird shit is happening.
Makes sense.
It's interesting how you see Zaha rescue Shuna at first, and then he ends up being the one who's kind of acting
Being
emotional.
rescued in turn.
Yeah, he's acting emotional here.
Mhm.
Hmm.
If I had to go for a while, I will also add that you could buy
Mhm.
bunch of the magic ropes to move people faster.
Yeah, that is
Not
true.
sure.
I can tell it.
Some of the NPCs might also have them since
Some of them
they
start with them,
usually
yeah.
do, but I did not check in that map.
Mhm.
And we get fudge on this chapter end screen because why not?
Budget's such a name.
It really is. It's a great name.
These chapter screens are like just trying to fit all of the central characters at one point or another. The order they come in does not really
I mean
matter
that.
or like reflect the chapter at all.
I mean that's how it was in Yaminabe as well. So. This. How do you sell items? Oh, here.
Yeah.
It's-
You can choose to sell from stock or from a specific unit. If you,
Oh yeah, you got
Sure.
the.
yeah, that you should put that on delay because nobody else can use
Yeah.
it anyway, and it's a good item.
I didn't realize it was an actual item.
Yeah, you can just put that on her permanently.
Yeah, she gets 2 of them. Those are the items she'll always be using and nothing else because she doesn't need anything else. She is, after all, a ninja. Makimono
True.
are her trade. So yeah, you can take the Dorche
Oh, yeah.
symbols off of people
Yeah.
and sell them.
I cannot actually take hers. Oh wait, no, I
Yeah, you
can't.
can.
That just means she can't use it.
Yeah, it's very funny. She starts with one, but she literally is incapable of actually using its effects.
That's fascinating. Oh, yeah, they
Wait,
sell
can she not
2,000.
use it?
It was grayed out at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty limited selection of characters that can use it, and even more limited of characters that can use it and don't already have a heal.
It's a Ludo narrative harmony in that she's a nun, but she doesn't actually want to heal people. She just punches things.
Alright, so I can level up some attacks now. Wonder if it's worth doing the basic one on Shuna.
I mean, it does cost 1 MP, but more importantly, like, she has really strong skills you could upgrade instead to upgrade her maximum damage.
True.
The normal attacks feel like decently worthwhile for the ones that have elements, and not so much for the rest.
Yeah, except for Jalabi, since she gets to double attack.
Yeah. But she is special.
I guess I'll upgrade this. It's good.
Yeah, I could upgrade it a little bit. It'll be useful for a while.
And there's so many maps where I have to stall out the win because I need to get a chest that's like halfway behind a boss. And the bosses start moving up.
I'll save money for now, see who we're gonna be using next.
TS
There
newbies
have
win.
been like 2 maps where I had to stall like for a dumb amount of time to grab chests and stuff. Well, the other one is where the reinforcements come from the boats.
Yeah.
And the top left boats I was not actually able to just go in with Croc and Sally or whatever. Like they just were not able to tank all the enemies, so I had to stall until I
could
got
actually get
other
one through,
people
yeah.
there. And the other one was in chapter 21. The map where you just have to escape.
Yeah.
That one, getting the chests was kinda stall.
The boat one, I just didn't bother killing the other boats. Took too many turns.
So I guess
I
Harva
mean-
is not exactly on the same page as her father.
Running theme with Fabriction's kids, in fact.
They all have their own ideas except
Except Locum,
Rokumu.
who was the daddy's boy.
Yeah.
Turns out if you're Turkish, that's just what you have in Leo. Locum is a...
Actually, not even that
Was
guy.
it
Even
like
that
that?
guy has his own ideas, actually.
Kinda, yeah. But, you
No
know...
idea about the little brother, though. That guy's just...
Lakma?
Yeah,
Lakma just
he-
loves Locum, please understand.
that guy is so bad. I'm sorry.
He is pretty
Both
bad.
gameplay and story.
He's just kind of there in story. That's kind of the point, though. I don't think he's meant to be somebody you like or care about.
Yeah.
There are so many characters.
I mean, Far Breton has more kids that are characters in this game than some games have in total, so... It's actually true.
Interesting.
Another funny thing is a boss randomly hits a green NPC, and there's supposed to be like dialogue when they're first attacking somebody. It just shows up on the map instead of in like the combat screen. I guess if you turn animations off, you see the same thing. But of course, who would ever turn off TS's godlike animations?
Yeah. His animations are always worth watching.
I watch them every time. This too is showing his Super Robot Wars fandomness.
his animations do not take nearly as long as SRW.
They don't. But let's be real. I think
Thankfully.
if he could make like a 2-minute long animation for something cool, I think he would. It's just way too much work. Like, just imagine every time Chiyo used Choco, there would be like her summoning the ends of space time and like compressing them into a ball or something. I don't know how that thing works. I don't actually know what she's doing.
This
She just
game
used
would
light.
be really bad if every attack animation took 10 seconds.
If you can't sit there and watch them every time, it just means you're weak.
Sit there and watch the generic Soldier A's.
Okay,
epic
those
sword
ones
attack.
can be 5 milliseconds. I don't give a shit about them. They're not
Okay,
real
you-
humans.
Ninkin, you may be the only strong person I know.
I just like watching these kinds of things.
Surely, I just came back. Are we talking about Aeromani attack animations?
I did watch every single one of those at 1x speed
That's
as
super
well,
hilarious.
but I don't know if I could praise them.
I did play all of the SM95 games without speed up, and
Same.
after doing that and playing Yaminabe a bit with the speed up, I'm sorry, it's so much better.
Yeah,
Everybody simply says that because they don't enjoy watching animations enough.
June has reached the advanced level of copium of saying it would be great if Nasu did a DDD collab next.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah. He's accepted that all we're gonna get is more FGO for until the end of time, so now he's hoping we can at least get something out of that. I understand completely.
It's so sad.
June's Doomer arc is I wouldn't say beginning, it's been going on for a while, but it's coalescing.
There are far too many random type moon properties for them to have to dig down to DDD to make a collab.
She is in fact right. So what suite is she named after?
Cardena?
Yeah,
So she has a different naming scheme, as
Nice.
Lost so kindly pointed out
I
to me.
see.
Same way Shiro does not have a suite named after her.
Well, Shiro has a different thing going on.
Yes, but like the idea is that like Nemuriko, Mahozoku are not named after sweets.
I see.
Well,
Humans, they're sweets.
Can
Is there one that is? I guess funnel is funnel cake. Shineru.
no, she's Fennel.
I hate you. Fucking why? What do you mean she's fennel? You can't just say these things, Lost.
It's her name. It's Fennel.
Okay, that's it. It's over.
Fennel- Have you ever had Fennel? It has any
Yes,
interesting
I cook with it pretty
flavor.
frequently. I'm familiar with fennel. It's just I assumed with the way it was spelled and the sweets thing that it would be funnel cake.
Nah.
Why? Why do you do this to me, Lost?
I was actually surprised to see that she's number 10 on the
Burst list?
poll. Yeah.
Oh, on the poll, not on the burst damage list. I was like, oh, she actually
Yeah,
does
yeah.
have one decent move.
The burst
Yeah,
damage
I-
list is the only thing that matters to Ningen, let's be honest.
Well, I know who I'd vote for on the poll already. The burst damage list I haven't actually like calculated out, so I'm curious more about.
She's,
Also, I already know Tulum's winning the poll. It's just kind of sad. I like Tulum, but like, I don't think she's the best K&K character. Also, I don't think she's better than Chio, so it's
Yeah,
very
I'm
sad
not
that Chio
sure.
got outdone.
No, Chio's back over
Oh, good.
again.
Good.
By,
Chio's regained her
11
throne.
votes at the moment.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
Bias aside, I think Chio is definitely the most interesting character he's written.
She's the best protagonist he's ever written by a long shot, in my opinion. Like she's fun. She's kind of like Arne. She's like Arne Mini. Shiki, I
What?
actually like Shiki a lot. What?
Aren't? Oh, dude, what?
Yeah, like she's also just sort of like a chaos fun character, but like not as entertaining as Arne.
Sorry, who are we talking about?
Yaminabe's protagonist. She,
Oh,
not
okay, okay.
she.
Never
He.
mind. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I think
I
he-
know they're very similar.
Yeah. I think
I'm
you
sorry, they're very
thought you were
similar.
talking about Chio. Which would
Yeah, I was so
which would have
yeah.
been a strange comparison.
Yeah. Yaminabe's protagonist is mini Arne, but not quite as fun as real Arne. Shiki is pretty cool. I like Shiki a lot. I like what like TS cooked with that whole cast,
I
but I
like
don't think she's as good as Chio.
The very final scene of Hardy M made an impression on me, because like you would expect like Ron to finally like show Shiki up after the entire game. It's kind of like him,
That's not the point.
kind of him like trying to prove himself. But no, she is just the stronger person even after losing her way in life. I thought it was a very interesting way to end it.
I mean, in fairness, like Rand was really just trying to win her approval, and he does
Yeah.
get that in the end. So it doesn't matter if he's weaker than her.
Yeah.
He's okay with that.
It just, I feel like 9 out of 10 stories would have ended with him overcoming her, but he doesn't.
Well, yeah, that's how it usually goes in most Naruto stories too, and I think it's actually extremely cool that he did it the way he did that with that. Shiki X Rand is actually probably my favorite TS ship.
Also, this is a good line.
Yeah. Farbreaden has some pretty good Megan. He's not wrong. He's just evil and a bastard.
Lawful
I
evil.
don't think he's even evil.
He's not evil. He's not
just-
evil. He's ambitious and he cares more about himself and his ambitions than everyone else. But yeah, another protagonist like Sirius is a pretty good TS protagonist, but he is like the rest of that game very Odo.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I mean,
He's good, but
Sirius
he's
is just
straightforward.
like, he's a very standard like shonen sort of protagonist, but he's executed well.
Like TS writes him well. I like him. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just extremely funny.
Yeah. It's
How
just,
very straightforward
yeah,
he
he's
was.
just really straightforward compared to all his other protagonists.
Chaco is really interesting as like the concept of a protagonist, but she's not a good actual protagonist.
I think
She's
Chaco
much
takes
better
until
after O to Z.
I think she takes until Yaminabe to really
Come into her own.
yeah.
Yes, I really like her arc, and I really like. Yeah, I do love what he does with her in Subaru and Yaminabe. But like in Otozi itself, she's a terrible protagonist by design, but that doesn't make her good.
Odyssey is just a weird game.
I love it a lot for those reasons, but yeah, it's strange. And of course, Erumani's protagonist says Rute, who Quaff wrote a treatise on, but is actually
Well,
Both
honestly,
that I
she
can
doesn't
say.
really feel like the protagonist
He
of
doesn't.
Erumani. Erumani is just a game with no real protagonist.
Erumani is basically a clusterfuck.
Yeah, Ruti is she's quite the character.
And, I like Kuon as well. He's not as straightforward as he initially seems in KNK, but like, yeah, I mean, he's not as good as Chio. It's just hard to be as good as Chio.
Let's see what I think about Kuon by the end. Still find it kind
I think you'll like him.
I think it's hard to get a handle on him this early in the game because we
Yeah.
haven't seen too much of him.
You haven't
yet.
seen him do much.
Also, one thing about Farpredan that I have to say that I was kind of surprised is that he doesn't actually like think too highly of himself. Like he seems very aware that other people will like easily surpass him.
Yeah, he's kind of
Eventually.
accepted that like other people have more talent than him, but he will still pretend to be the hero if that's what it takes to get his new
Yeah, I mean,
kingdom.
he like sees that as something to make use of. Like, how can I
Yes.
make this person part of my legacy?
Yes. It's like, oh, my son is gonna be like way stronger than me in 2 years. Perfect, I can use that. Oh, this like other guy that I'm fighting is way stronger than me. Wait, I can use that. Perfect.
Yeah.
I do think TS does a good job of making him like a properly like intelligent character rather than like a maniacal, conniving evil guy.
Yeah.
Very interesting. She's can't really tell what's up with her yet, which
It's pretty funny when you start learning more about Cardena and like the reason she's doing what she's doing. This becomes like, oh,
He's an
okay,
interesting character.
yeah, quite cool. This is one map where I know what TS1 you do is you have the generic units at the bottom clear out the bottom, and everybody else clears out the top. But I had them all run up so that the people at the top who were actually named units got all the kills.
Are there no sub-events?
Are there no sub events?
there was one. I saw
Oh,
it.
you read it.
Lord read it, yeah.
It was just them talking about how they don't understand Gardena.
Oh, right.
no one
that's
does.
sub-event.
The important thing to know about Cardena is that she wears the same kind of clothes as Shuna. While Chio is my favorite protagonist, I think it's impossible for anybody to beat Arne until TS tops Arne. It's like my most enjoyable character to just watch.
Arne is quite the character indeed.
Like, obviously she doesn't have nearly as much depth to her as Chio does, but like, it's too fun. I can't... I have to be true to myself.
My
I
favorite,
laughed more reading Arne lines than doing anything else in my life.
my favorite non-protagonist is probably Akari.
She's also really good.
TS says he
Arne's
trusts.
boyfriend reveal.
TS says he trusts people who like Akari because like he intentionally made her like very normal in terms of personality, but she has a lot of development under the surface anyway. I thought that was a
TS's
good...
definition of normal is it still means they're people rather than like NPCs.
I mean, compared to most of the other characters in Maho show, Akari is
I mean, she's
very
a normal person.
good.
Yeah.
She
But,
just
like-
happens to be able to nuke the entire world.
Well, that's just for gameplay. But I do
Yes.
feel like in a lot of series, when people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna add like the normal character to the cast to like balance them out," that becomes their only trait. Like, they're
Yeah.
normal, so they're here to like say the normal thing, do the normal thing, while everybody else is going balls to the wall. But like Akari gets a lot of agency and
Yeah.
most
yeah.
of Maho show to do things.
She does a lot in
This-
Yaminabe too.
Yes.
I ended up really liking her by the end of Yaminabe.
I liked her more in Maho show than in Yaminabe, even though I think she gets to do more in Yaminabe. No, mostly, I guess, because like by the time Yaminabe comes around, her arc is concluded, and now she is like a leader character in her own right, which is cool to see. But it's not as like it doesn't leave as much of an impression to me. Like, it's actually really cool that we get that, but it like the feels hit me in Maho show and not Yaminabe for Akari. Put it that way. That being said, I am glad he did it the way he did. It would be weird if she had to retread her arc just to like
Yeah.
milk more feels.
Yeah, that's
Meanwhile-
one thing Yaminabe does really well. None of the characters like rehash their previous
Yeah.
development. He takes them all further.
Like,
Yeah.
Chio and Haruka's thing kind of gets brought up again, but that's because it was never truly resolved in Maho show to begin with. Like, she just sort of, like, pushed past it.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like, oh, the world's ending, I guess I have to worry about this later.
Yeah, like she
Feeling.
actually gets closure for it in Yaminabe.
Yes, which is way better.
Yaminabe also like ends up having some characters who are like very completed by for the entire game, like Sirius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Sirius does not need more development because he did that all in Super
I
ITP.
mean, yeah, it's serious. What more are you gonna do with him? He just shows up to beast
He
people.
shows up to seduce middle schoolers.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't try to seduce her.
He just sure doesn't try.
He has a wife, a pregnant wife.
He sure does.
Why would that stop you from seducing middle schoolers?
I mean,
He's a
mean-
very devoted man to his one
the
wife.
character we're talking about is actually a very upstanding guy.
Well, I mean, there's upstanding guys with harems and like within the TS canon, but Sirius is a very traditional person in every sense of the word.
Yeah, it didn't stop Kotone from.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah,
funny how like
liking him.
Kotone's smart enough to like just know this, like, yeah, I'm never gonna get with this guy. He literally has a wife.
Yeah.
And then she just suffers alone because Imari gets taken too. Ripping Kotone.
Yeah.
I mean, we know she has the best friend you could ask for, though.
I suppose this is true.
Maybe in Aramani 3 we'll get to see her and Kuon.
At least Kuon would accept more people into his harem. He doesn't care. I mean, he does care, but he's doing it anyway.
Oh, nice. You missed with the 93%.
Opera somehow managed to dodge that.
I'm totally fine with missing if it's the enemies missing my characters.
Understandable, I would be too.
Yeah. A decent amount of that.
A surprising amount of that, honestly.
Especially in chapter 21.
Yes.
So you can stand on the water.
Yeah, it just takes like 3 or 4 movements.
And
per
only
tile.
specific units can. Like, you have to look at the movement type. Which, if you, like, you know how next to the HP there's a little,
Yeah.
like, hole?
Yeah.
Yep, that's their movement type.
Huh.
Like, Zaxxer's got a different one.
It determines what
Bomb.
equipment they can use too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have absolutely never looked at it.
I mean, it doesn't matter in most situations,
Yeah.
but it was a pretty funny, like, piece of lore, I suppose you could say. Don't forget to give poor Kanata levels. She's been straggling.
It's true, yeah.
No, don't give Kanata levels. She doesn't deserve them. It's her fault.
No, she does. Look, Kanata is fine. I give her everything. She deserves everything.
Someone needs to make like a new version of the TS character sorter now that this game is out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be... yeah, I'd go through that. All, like, 500 characters.
There are possibly more sprites in Kuon no Kanata than there are in Yaminabe. If not, it's close. It's definitely close.
There are more sprites in Kuokana than there are stars in the universe.
Yeah. There are more sprites in Kuon no Kanata than there are atoms in the universe. I have to stall out more turns to get the stupid chest. That's fine, I guess.
Oh, I can use the AoE.
The epic AoE.
Wow, that's
That
really
game's
bad.
Yeah, they make a big deal about
Really
it in the
worthless.
plot, but it's just, you know, you could have just shot them normally twice and it would have been almost as good.
I mean,
Honestly, it might be better.
In that situation, you got to hit 3 of
Yeah.
them, so it was fine.
I need these guys. Okay. Yes, please let him counter you with your weakness.
Judging by the character pool, there are 430 characters, but that doesn't count Aramani 2 characters, so what good is it really?
400? God, it actually is almost 500.
TS has put in a lot of work over the years.
I don't remember
Yeah.
any Eromani 2 characters except Kaede just because he's in Adrena Senki.
How could you forget Rudy's daughter?
He has a daughter, and she's an Erumani too.
Yes.
Why
TS,
wouldn't
what were
she?
you thinking? I'm not sure if
I
she's
mean-
smart enough to know what sex is.
I mean, it is a mystery how she got how she managed to have sex.
And it just might be science.
Maybe Aether just like
Yeah.
I don't know,
I mean, he's
just raped her
He-
asleep or something.
established that science babies are a thing. So,
Oh, yeah, no, it's not. I'm not
Yeah.
doubting that the science baby could happen. I'm just confused as to how Rute learned about sex.
Well, okay, to be clear, it's not just Ruti, it's Ruti from the future.
Okay.
She could have learned about sex at some point.
At some point, 10 years in the future. Or I guess like 20 years in the future.
Is Rute
I mean,
immortal?
but-
Do we know this?
I mean,
I don't think so.
who knows?
You don't need
is
to be immortal to live for 20 years.
No, you don't. It's just like
Isn't Ruti like 16 anyway?
no. I was just kind of wondering if like because isn't her Aramani 2 sprite look basically no older?
I mean, how
I don't
long after
think
the
she
first
is.
game does it take place?
But it's her from the future, right? So like, oh, is it just her daughter who's coming from the future?
Yeah, her daughter comes from the
Okay.
future.
Okay. Everything makes sense now. I thought it was like, 20 years from the future Rute, but she looks like the same as current Rute, in which case, you would either be an elf or immortal. I guess we confirmed that she's an elf after the
I mean,
events of her money, but
There are many elves.
yeah.
Yeah, there are
few
elves
true
even in
elves.
this game.
Yes.
And
Their eyes
one-
aren't red.
Honestly, it's just having like Yaminabe 2 with the elf memes. Just because Asparto has red eyes would be too funny.
It would. This is true.
I don't think TS even remembers the Red Eye lore.
He probably doesn't, and that's for the best. It's not really lore we need to revisit, I don't think.
Can she one-shot this guy? Does she have anything that can... No.
You
She's...
don't need to one-shot it, you can just have someone...
Let's see, let's have these two
Although-
guys...
Does Opera have her stronger melee attack yet? Oh yeah, she does. The other one. No, that's not strong enough either.
Honestly, when it comes to Aromani 2, this series is the only thing I remember from it that I post in JLP Media.
take a look.
Let me take a look real quick.
Yeah, I thought it would be this.
Amazing.
God,
I
don't
forget,
remember
was
half of
Gray
these.
also a character that he took from somebody else, or was that one of his own original characters added to Aramani?
I'm not sure.
I think if you look at like the README, he lists which characters are his own.
Aramani's readme.
I mean, I'm sure Lost has it as the #1 Aramani respecter.
The only Aramani respecter, in fact.
I respect Aramani, don't worry.
I don't.
Aramani is the best freeware SRPG of the year it came out.
I don't believe that for a goddamn second. See, Castell's reaction to Aramani is what I expect from most people.
Yeah.
Aromani is just an experience, you just need to accept it as it is.
Yes, it's.
Like
I've
a
accepted it,
baptism.
that doesn't mean I like it.
It's like a baptism. You don't have to enjoy it. You have to do it.
At least with Gabyoden, I got to get memes like Ready Gun, but Aramani, I couldn't even laugh at it. It was just painful.
I mean, you don't like the multiple chapters that are just JoJo chapters copied with Aramani
No, I don't think I
characters?
do. Also,
I don't
mean,
know, like when I played Aromani, I thought like decent amount of things in the game were like pretty funny, like it made me laugh, but it also like is so long.
I'm sad. I even get the Gundam references now, and they're still not funny. I'm sorry. So Masked Man is funnier in Yaminabe than in Arumani.
I mean, TS had learned how to write by that point.
Yeah, Arumani is just some fucking weirdo who's like a rape man, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rape man part of Masked Man in Aromani is not very good.
Yeah.
It's extremely meme and
I-
bad.
I'm
Yeah.
glad he abandoned at moving forward.
It's not particularly worse than any other character.
Yeah, that's true. It's basically the same as the rest of the Irumani cast.
I don't know, I remember like watching Alt play Eromani, he streamed it, and just in one of the like early parts where it starts playing the clown music, it was just so funny, I started laughing just because of the music, I don't know.
It is really good clown music. I'm gonna do
Like,
right
I
now.
can't believe that's some real track that plays like half the game.
It's also one of the RTP tracks. It's not something he found.
Could probably kill that archer
Yeah.
on the boat with Kanata.
Yeah. Oh, not quite.
Oh,
Actually.
you hit the wrong one.
I selected the wrong one. Okay, well.
One of the like really funny jokes in Yaminabe is just playing the Eromani music.
Yes. The stuff in Yaminabe that calls back to Irumani is legitimately very funny.
Yeah.
Also, just like the notion that he expects anyone to remember Irumani.
Yeah, like a decade later or whatever.
It was 13 years later, I believe.
Yeah.
I have to imagine, like, relatively few people who played Yaminabe have actually played Irumani.
Yeah, only the strong ones.
From what I understand, typically people just play Mahosho and Yaminabe and none of the others. Which I don't really blame them for, I mean, given what you have to go through to play the others.
It can't be helped.
Aside from the engine, like Subaru's just normally fun. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't have any problems besides the engine.
Yeah, Subaru... Oh no, Griffins. I think O2Z honestly has a lot of problems as a game. I didn't really enjoy playing it a lot. Not only does it have the permadeath, it's also the way you recruit and characters and like unlock stuff is very strange.
Yeah, I didn't use guides, so I only did the main story. I was not able to get any of the extras, so...
Also, just like the structure of the story is kind of weird.
Yeah. It feels like he was trying to figure out how to write a serious story.
Yeah, I mean, it was at the very start of O2Z, like it was a sequel to Aromani 2, but then he gave up on that.
And the second half of O2Z is pretty good, though I liked it a lot. The
Yeah,
first half is kinda... It's not bad, but it's also... it exists.
Yeah, and again, if you didn't know, Chaco is actually from Irumani 2.
Yeah.
She shows up as a kid in it.
Yeah. And she's like the proto Arne in there.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm sure we can handle a couple of griffins.
Alright, I'm gonna head out and read some manga. See you guys later.
Have fun.
Bye.
In my experience, even like big TS fans often do not play all of the SM95 games, which again I do not blame them for. Nice.
They are weak.
She missed a 96 for.
I think the only one that's like actually hard to tell people to play genuinely is Erumani.
Well, there's Gebyoden.
Okay, that game just doesn't really matter.
I mean, you can't ignore the important canon of Gebyoden. I don't remember what happens in that game at all, but it's important.
Well, you see, there's a dragon or something from O to Z, and then it transforms into a boy or something, and then there's like an alien attacks the world. And the healer from Erumani shows up, I think.
Yes. It's very obvious that he gave up on trying to make it pretty soon.
Why does that game engine even exist? What it is supposed to create?
Yeah, like it's the strangest engine I've ever played. Like, it functions as neither a shoot 'em up nor an SRPG, and it tries to be both.
It is a ready gun like.
When's the next Ready Gun like coming out?
I mean, there are other games made in that engine if you want to play
Theoretically.
them.
You can find them.
Yeah, I have to wonder how many games made on the engine are still available.
Yeah, like, I just imagine nobody cares about anything made in that engine enough to try to preserve them.
Man, these guys have huge range.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, this guy probably won't do shit, so let's just go after
I
him.
mean, you could just try to kill him, but
I want to attack the Dragon Rider while I'm on my turn.
well, now we can just. Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess this is fine.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, what?
What epic Erumani discussion did I miss?
I missed the Gebyoden discussion. So.
Oh.
Ningen, did you know that Chaco is originally from Eremani too?
I knew that,
Okay.
and I knew that she had a different sprite because there's like a meme about it in one of the Merc maps if you do it.
Oh yeah, that's
But
true.
I don't know what she was like in Erumani 2 because, you know, I didn't play it.
She was like the proto Arne,
Good to
and
know.
then she grew up and got depressed.
Well, yeah, because Koten killed the hero in front of her face.
Yeah, and because
She wasn't depressed
realized
until that
she
moment
was
happened.
actually weak.
Yes.
Her dreams of being cool.
Becoming a
or-
cool swordsman are crushed, then she has to use a gun, and she sucks even when she uses a gun, but that's okay.
Yeah, but she's way stronger with the gun.
I
She is
mean,
stronger with the gun than she was ever with a...
She is
just
ready
for
gun.
I mean,
if you think about
yes.
it.
She is one of the strongest characters in Subaru because she can make Sirius get an additional turn.
It's true.
True.
Any gameplay Atria users?
I did in fact use her, because her basic attack is kind of strong if you just pump her with a bunch of steroids.
I used her in. You know,
Like, stronger than most people, the basic attack is like the way her
Yami
sword
Nabe.
shit works.
Okay, whatever.
In Yaminabe, it's normally decent.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about Yaminabe. In Subaru, I didn't really use her, but, you know, what can you do?
I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't really matter if you use her. Like
I
everyone's so
use her
strong.
in Subaru.
Mm-hmm.
She's extremely bad, but it's fine.
But it's fine.
Yeah, I got decent use out of both Chaco and Reina in Yaminabe.
Yeah, I chose Reyna as my still target.
Mm-hmm.
You could kill things with her basic attack.
Mm-hmm. The
Reina
best...
in Yaminabe is fairly good because she doesn't use mana. You just need to buy the fairly cheap bullets to
Yeah.
use the
Yeah.
super
But
attack.
she's only good if you pump her completely, and even then, she kind of like. By the time you get her, it's like the only people who matter are the people who have like the super moves that can like pierce enemy resistances, and she doesn't get one of those. So
Unless you dope her.
I mean, even if you
I
dope
mean-
her, she doesn't have one of those moves, right? All she can be good at is
No.
Zako clearing.
Yeah, but
No, she's still like it's strong enough that it does decent damage. I played the entire game without using the doping items, so
Let's see.
Wow, ethical gamer.
and the problem is that
Just don't use drugs.
that they're just so broken that you lose any sense of what the characters are actually like if you use them.
Yeah, this is true. But it's also fun to use them, so I will. But yeah. I think my favorite Ludo narrative is most of, like, as far as the gameplay characters go, is like Artyom's cast, even though they're pretty straightforward, like Fire Emblem archetypes. It works out well. Rand is the tank. Shiki is the swordsman killing everybody. We have God,
Shiki
what was the
is
name
the
of the
key
archer
thief.
girl? I forget her name now.
Who?
The archer girl in Hardium.
You could use
He's
her
friend.
thing on
Yeah.
the other guy to teleport him over there.
Good old Zack.
Oh, hey, you got our level.
Yeah.
It's been so
Perfectly
long that I've actually
planned.
forgotten a bunch of Aramani character names. It's very sad.
It's hard to remember all 430 names.
Memory truly is an imperfect storage structure.
I remember the other archer girl, but not the one you mean. I know exactly. I can picture how she looks, but
Yeah, I
what's her
picture her
name?
like with the hat. The hat is iconic.
I remember Polan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's memorable, and she's in Drenasenki, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
even
cheating.
without that, she's relatively memorable.
I remember Shiki exclusively in her Maho Show outfit now.
Understandable. I'm sad Rand didn't make it into Drenasenki. I guess he wouldn't fit there.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
see why he's not in there.
Yeah. I mean, I know why he's not in there, but he wouldn't be able to become a Magicaloid.
He's also like not particularly strong even on his own.
No, he's not. It's fine. He performed the most important role of all, reminding Shiki where her heart lay.
Well, Kanata is going full doomer.
Look, she's had a hard time.
I mean, I understand her thought process, honestly. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of sad for her.
Yeah, it's
Looking like she's about to become nameless.
she's about to lose her sprite. She's gonna become just a silhouette.
It's gonna become Kizokue. BRB.
Okay.
We'll never see him again.
He became user A. Oh. Another new character.
Yep.
Nikki.
Nikki. Because according to Lost, apparently, like the flavor of a certain kind of cinnamon.
I see the power levels are beginning.
Yes, it's happening. Poor Nikki.
Oh.
It's him.
It's him.
Cool BGM.
Fitting for a man as cool as this man. In the fun time zone. This is why you want to live in that Oni village. You get to be free from political
Yes.
strife and tough questions about the moralities of what you've done.
You just get to learn karate.
Yes.
I see. I see. Kawarimi no Jutsu.
It's the greatest of all time. I actually use it a lot when I'm just like, oh, I need to like bait some guy out who can one-shot a lot of people, but today you'll just dodge the hit.
It's pretty useful. Just lets her dodge a lethal attack once per map.
Nice.
And you don't have to activate it, it's just a thing that happens if
Oh,
she's about to
cool.
die.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good then, yeah. See, ninjas are more powerful than magic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, magic pigeon. Okay, sending him over to Kokuto as well.
Yep. At long last, everybody gets to be together in this mosh pit of shifting allegiances.
More new characters.
Yes. As you can tell, she is just a humble Kokuto Yumihei.
Yes.
Definitely not an important character who happens to have a spider or anything.
The girl who won the popularity poll.
Yes,
That's
it's her. She is pretty cool. I think you will like her.
sprite.
Yes. That's also what her like first damaged sprite looks like before she's like fully damaged. It just has that face. It's a great face.
Let's see. Let's see. He's almighty.
Yes. All 4 elements. He's actually quite strong. And he has a
Yeah,
passive that gives him extra experience, so he's pretty easy to level.
Yeah, at a reasonably attainable level, pretty soon he gets a pretty good attack.
Yeah.
Pretty much carries all the maps he's on in mid game.
Mm-hmm. I like how, like, by chapter count it would be mid game, but like in terms of chapter length, it's more like early game.
I think if you give him books, he can like pretty easily learn it in this chapter.
Even if you don't give him a book, I don't think there's anybody else you want to level that hard on this chapter.
Yeah, I mean, depending on like how hard you go, it could be.
I do recall his like debut chapter. He was the only dude I leveled because Tulum was getting levels from guarding things and spamming her defense boost on everybody. And I don't think it was just what Locomonis was the other guy. No, you didn't even get Locom on this map.
Yeah.
Either way, he's like the only person who's like really worth giving experience to on his first debut map, I think.
Sure, but I mean, like, if you're not trying to funnel experience to him,
Yeah.
you just like
Just
kill
slap a
things
book on
with
him.
normally. Give him a book, you can learn it pretty quick.
Alright, another map.
The final map of chapter 8.
Then you'll finally make it to the next chapter 9.
I'll probably stop when I reach
boy.
chapter 9. glad Jollibee can keep up with horses on foot.
Yes. She is canonically faster than every other person in the game. Some of the people can lose like super fast wind magic and time magic and shit. She just zooms.
Well, she doesn't go as fast as Baklava.
I mean, in gameplay, correct, but narratively she does. Honestly, if she had the same double move skill that Baklava did, she definitely has a higher base movement stat.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, another
Yeah.
map full of NPCs. This time we actually get ones that are
Green
controlled
ones,
by
yes.
Yeah.
I love the, there's a narrative reason for it here too, it's kind of funny.
Okay, and they just appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of maps do that. I mean, it really
Yeah,
just
I remember
functions
now.
to
Because
not let
there's this
you-
Bolong and Cashew on this map and they're already higher level, so yeah, this was the only one I gave any experience to.
I see. Alright, so we just take out Radu. It is all the way at the bottom of the map, of course.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of enemies here for you to feed the boy wonder with.
Let's
I
see
forget what level he learns Element Sword at.
8.
That's for Fusion
Oh.
Ray. Which,
17.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
it has
this
very
is
high
white.
damage multiplier.
Yes.
Yeah, you can also, if you see his skill over to the right, it is pretty useful.
Guaranteed crit.
Mm.
It's great. Yeah.
Let's see.
And his next skill is just, he gets more experience all the time.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Let's see what she's got. Okay, she can
She's
guard.
very good utility support
Yes.
character.
She is great. Her AoE guard buff on Crash is both good for making it so people don't die, and also it just passively gives her experience so that she doesn't need to kill things, because it's harder for her to kill things anyway. Her damage is low compared to her defenses for obvious reasons.
I see.
If I had to guess, it's on Crush. But
Probably makes sense, yeah.
oh yeah, that's really good once you learn
Right.
it.
Yes.
She can even use it on herself.
Yeah. Any allies just teleports away.
Okay, that's
Or
just
herself.
10.
And what's really good about her is her guard active ability, which just you use it, and then the next two enemies that target someone next to her will get redirected to her, and it boosts her defenses really high. So she's quite likely to just negate two incoming attacks.
Mm-hmm.
We can try it out here.
Yeah, it's yeah. The,
I see. She does have very high defense.
Yes.
Oh no, not the AoE. It did 0 damage to Cashew.
It's taking so much. It hurts.
Yeah, and that attack that was reduced to 4 damage is like the strongest attack anything on this map other than the bosses can use.
Yeah, you can kind of just run
Yeah.
at him on this map. This is the one map where you don't have to care. And in fact, it's better to do it so that you can kill things before your green allies do.
Sadly, there are no AoEs on this map to kill your allies with.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and get Ogus some levels.
Oh yeah, that's something this game has in common with Mahosho, is horses being weak to poison.
Well, I don't really need to use him on the horse. I don't. Cashew move up here.
Bad horses.
Goodbye, horses.
How much damage can he actually do?
Not much
Kill the
yet,
horse.
but you'll get there. You also weaken
you
the knight by with another random dude's
Yeah, I
attacks.
mean, you could
Your
kill
options are
whichever one.
limitless.
Yeah, I'll just move him up and use
Your 2 options are limitless.
You can also move in any other square and do anything else if you'd like.
There are literally an infinite number of squares.
Correct. You just can't see them.
much like all SRPGs.
If you think about it, at any point in time, a cosmic ray could like flip a bit in the game, and therefore your options are limitless.
True.
Is that your option though?
Alright, let's
The
just
possibilities are limitless.
move these guys down and have them act as fodder. How much does this do to this guy? Soften all the enemies up.
Mommy, mommy.
I do see you don't get a counterattack if she defends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think TS would probably be okay with letting it happen. I don't think it was able to fix it in the engine to make it work that way.
I mean,
Would be OP.
It would be pretty OP. But, you know, the game, you're pretty OP as it is. So.
Oh wow, they actually used a healing item on me.
Oh,
oh yeah.
the
Yeah, I
green
love
AI
healing
loves
items.
nothing more than spamming healing items on anybody who's remotely under full health. That is their highest
Well,
priority.
No, they'll skip it if they're like just like
Yeah, if they're like 20 or
10
30
health.
under full, like yeah. If you could get 50% or more efficiency from a healing item that they have, they will try and use it. That is what they want in life. They live to serve.
I see. It's great how I only have 4 characters who are worth giving experience to.
Yeah. Both of them, 2 are already kind of high level for the current point of timing you're at, and the last one is gets experience for spamming AoEs on allies that don't kill them.
Nice crit. Cashew should take this guy out, no problem. Oh yeah, damn, he does a lot. Oh, he got a crit, okay. least in PMs. Archer. Archers are shameful, as we know.
You won't be saying that once you get the Kokuto Yomihei for yourself and understand where the true value of archers lie. Well, there's just not in their bows.
Let's see, anyone need... Let's heal these guys up.
Heal them for 12.
Are bows the most disrespected weapon type in fiction?
Most likely, yeah. Everyone refuses to believe they're as amazingly good as they were in Old Warfare.
I think they're just salty that they lost to them in real life.
Yeah, everyone's like, I spent years studying the blade or the spear or whatever, and then some guy with a bow just shot me and I died.
Now I'm going to write them as shitty in fiction.
Yes. They're just not like as aesthetic. I mean, I think they're cool, but like I think for a lot of people, they're just not as aesthetically cool. It's like you're writing fantasy. It's like I need a reason to make bows not cool because they're not cool already. Or sorry, not effective because they're not cool.
Oh no, they're stealing my kills.
The horror. I definitely made sure they weren't able to get too many myself, but I understand not being this anal about it.
It doesn't matter enough to really care that much.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I will not be wanting for experience.
You won't. 100% you won't.
I'll just let the green dudes finish up the enemies on their sides.
Understandable.
Or maybe they'll just heal each other. Alright, so we should probably take care of this mage.
Mage has decent defenses, but probably finish him off with level is Heroes by now.
As soon as he gets the fusion right, he can, yeah, just do whatever he wants.
One lower.
Soften up this archer. Let's see, can he kill? Yes, he can. Okay, let's move him over here.
One more level, and then he'll be already a very powerful unit.
Too far. How much can he do? 90. some experience.
Based to
Right. Probably don't really need to do anything else.
Just finish off the archer if you wanted.
I mean, I guess I might as. I mean, I don't have anyone to give experience to.
Yeah.
Let's just let it live.
Before
Whopping
Before
4
damage
damage on
AoE.
this NPC.
the pain, the sheer agony.
Yeah, don't steal my kills. Damn, I wish I had an AoE nuke for these guys.
I mean, Morgus learns one eventually. Not for a long time.
I think the first AoE I got was Mary's for sure, and then Shuno's next. And of course, once I got Mary's AoE, life
I
became.
forgot Suna had
hard.
AoE.
It's one of the best ones in the game.
Yeah. It's really big, strong enough to one-shot weaker things if you're...
Yeah, I mean, like if you
Like
want to like
buffer
wipe out an
attack.
annoying like group of Zakos, you just throw it out.
And
I-
it inflicts sleep.
I honestly think only Kuon's is better than that.
Yeah. I mean,
Mostly because it's the exact same range and just has a better ratio.
yeah, but like, he also tends to have better things to do.
He's doing other things with his mana, but like in terms of just strictly rank, I mean, Trina also has better things to do with their mana on most turns. We'd rather be using her better attacks to kill big things. So on that point, they're also kind of the same. There's no real like dedicated AoE unit.
Oh no, please don't shoot me with your 2 damage arrow. Oh no. We lost an NPC. Okay, this girl is finally moved up.
Now you can. Does he gonna have any strong attacks? He's just kind of there. Horish.
You gotta let those guys beat up on the green dudes a bit. Just keep them out of my hair. Take this. Hope this can get the kill here. Okay. Now he has a useful attack.
Yep. Oh. I see we have Chapter 28's RPG part being so fucking massive that there's at least 100 people I can just talk to.
100 people.
Not quite that level, but the numbers are big.
Yeah, it's not that level until next time.
It's been up
There
there.
are so many of like the faceless NPCs too.
Yeah, but they'll have cool things to say. I can't ignore them.
Most of them don't.
Let's see, what's his MP? It's fine. Archer versus Archer, the most dishonorable fight.
Yes. Farbreton would be disgusted.
Also, sitting on a fence gives you a bunch of defense, I've noticed.
Yes.
It's because it's the fence.
Exactly. Yeah, see, it's interesting the AI did not choose to kill this enemy instead of attacking this one.
Yeah, just sees the bigger damage number.
Yeah.
Yep. Plus, that means you get experience for killing them instead. They're being kind to you.
Okay, what's his defense? 50. 50. Not actually sure the enemy will not go for. Okay, they'll go for this rando.
They will always go for the person they can do the most damage to.
Get a save just in case. I can actually do pretty good damage. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, kill this guy. Very wide range on this. Yeah, you can't land attacks on this guy, he's just too fast.
Yeah. It's so fast that your hit rate is all the way down to 100%.
I'm glad Bolong crit that guy.
It was an important crit. He needed it. It made him feel happier inside.
Can Bolong really feel happy? He's too old for that.
True.
Nice crit from 2%.
If in Fire Emblem, that would cause one random unit to die permanently, and you'd be like, fuck, I have to restart the map now.
Does that also happen in Fiber Embalm?
I haven't played Fiber Embalm, so I don't know, but I will get to it at some point and get back to you then.
I've heard it's actually pretty good, despite
Yeah,
the
that's what I've
meme
heard as well.
name. Alright, can he kill her for some massive gains?
I mean, I think its creator just wanted to tell a story about embalming fiber.
As one does.
Yeah, you can't kill a character with an actual design.
Mm-hmm.
Not if you don't have an actual design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to kill somebody, you better at least have a sprite. This is also why Semla was the only one who succeeded among the normie group.
Although
In
he
his
was
champ-
killing someone without a design.
True.
Wow, I can't actually move all the way over.
She has a, yeah.
Oh, she has a rider kick. As all characters should.
Correct.
Alright,
Yeah,
there's
you know,
no reason you to
normal.
move any of these.
Normal way to fight when your weapon is a shield is you just kick people.
Not like your shield can kill them, but your kick can.
Thank you for the healing. It's gonna be
You
helpful.
needed it.
Alright, I might as well give Ogus the kill.
Yeah. Power of the fusion then. He's fusing.
Gotta get money from killing these combatants in a war.
It's just like Pokemon, you know, you beat up the other guy, you get money from him. In fairness, it makes more sense in a war. It's like if you beat up an enemy commander, they're probably carrying some amount of like valuables on them,
Yeah,
and they're
but-
yours now. You won a war.
It makes sense. It makes more sense than all the random boxes lying around that are just
Yeah.
full of money.
That one's
True.
weird a bit.
Well, a lot of the like chests in this game, like story-wise, are just items left by people. Like they are not actually opening chests.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
just like
Yeah,
find a
but-
thing
I
lying
find it
around.
strange since he does use like the glowing, ground,
Symbol?
glowing thing
Yeah.
on the ground to for some of the things you can pick up instead of the chests. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but like every time in dialogue when they
Yeah.
talk about it,
They
it's
don't
like they
treat it like a
found
chest.
something on the ground and not inside a chest. So
It's just part of the lore that people like leaving money unattended in large piles.
Alright, so he's received mysterious orders. Okay, from Cardina.
Yeah.
I see, she's not who she claims to be. things getting even more complicated.
Yep.
Yeah, Ningen, that's the RPG mode that Kumiko missed the thing on.
Unfortunate.
Um,
I plan to not, because I'm probably gonna talk to everybody anyway. It's fine.
yeah, it's just after you talk to everybody, talk to Milfiu again.
Makes sense.
Right. Yeah, they did in fact fail to take the port.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Turun is interesting battle because I don't think he's really had a full tank character like her before.
Mao was supposed to be that for Maho Show, but with the way Maho Show functioned, she wasn't really
Yeah.
like fulfilling her role.
Yeah,
You have,
she
like,
was
some-
just
you have-
Gamora provider.
You have like some armor characters in Hardian, but
Yeah.
it's not
They
really.
weren't also proper tanks in the same way.
Okay.
The tankiest character in Shinsetsu is just Yoko, I think.
Yeah. Aren't you glad TSS started adding sex into his games?
It's a name you've heard before.
Yes.
Just once.
Kuon and Kanata's father, apparently.
Correct.
Alright. Good place to stop, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in chapter 9 of 30, so I'm about a third of the way through the game.
Third of the way through the first third, yeah.
Alright. Thank you guys for watching.
Alright.
Thanks
See
for
ya.
the stream.
Okay, bye.
Bye.